Hi, this is Prakash in near the quarter 4 of 2025. And vibe coding has really taken off in 2025 using AI to do coding. It went faster than I thought. And, I'll start a series of videos to show you how to do coding using AI for in 2025. So a lot of startups, work with a lot of startups in the Boston area, and a lot of startups in the Boston area and around the world use vibe coding to get things done fast, at least in the software domain. For hardware, it's been a little bit, it'll take a few more time, maybe 2026. Um, but in 2025, we can do vibe coding for developing software. So over here in this particular video, I'm going to show you how to deploy a Next.js app developed using vibe coding, or actually it's like a very basic app used just for a demo and deployed in render for the web app, the backend and the front end, and also in Supabase for the database. So let's see if this is the local one. No, this is the actual one. So both of these tools are free for small personal projects. If you have an account, then a few projects are free. So let's dive right in. So in this one, we're also demoing how to link GitHub workflows so that when you make a change, it deploys automatically. And I'm going to make a small change and then show you how that works. So over here, let me first go over this on the steps for deployment. So you check out the code, set up the Supabase project, link it with the project ID. So these things are coming from the GitHub secrets, which you set up in for the repository. You set up in the secrets section over here, and then let's see. Go back to code. Let's see over here. Yeah, so you just link it with the project ID and DB push. What this does, it does a thing called migration, which is if you change the database, then the database structure, you can test it locally, but then in the actual deployment, it has to change, or in the cloud deployment also it has to change. So in Supabase makes it really easy to do it. Both locally, you make changes locally, test it out, and then you do a push, and then that kind of updates it in the cloud. And then this one is a little bit more boilerplate for deploying to render. So because it's boilerplate, I won't describe it too much, but basically it deploys to render, and there are other descriptions of how this works. So this app currently looks like this. It just displays a variable that is set up in render over here, render demo variable. Let me see if I can edit it and change it. Let's say October 16 and save. So if I change the variable, oops, so maybe it must be deploying right now. Let's go back here and see if it's deploying because I changed the variable. No, this it hasn't changed. It hasn't deployed yet because I just changed the variable. Probably, I need to current handle skirts. Maybe there are too many requests. Let's see. Let's try a manual deploy. Let's try deploy latest commit and see if I get that changed variable over there. Or maybe because it's a free instance, it got overloaded. So as it is deploying, let me also run this locally. So to run this locally, we do npm run deb. And the Supabase, to run the Supabase, you run the command Supabase start. There are other guides to do that. So, you do Supabase start. And before, you might need to do Supabase migration up if you change the code for Supabase, and we'll do that in a bit. And Supabase is already running. I know that by looking at the Docker. So in the Docker desktop, this is the Supabase Docker containers that are running. So now if I run this one over here, let's see if I run this over here. It's compiling, so taking a little bit for the first time. And then we have this to-do list kind of thing over here that's running on the local database. So to access the local database, what you do is you run, I think it's Supabase status, but it always uses the same standard port, so you don't really need to remember that. And this is the studio URL over here. And if I run this, you'll see that there is a database and there are tables called to do. And if I look at view in table editor, you'll see that there is a test and completed true and false. Let's say I want to add a priority to this. And I want to do it using the Vive coding way. Now I'm using cursor. And let's try it over here. Let's say, and this was what done in just like 4 or 5 cursor commands, this whole thing, the to-do page. And the latest one that I typed is, can we make the to-dos wizard background a glass one so that the beautiful background shows true? So, it made a little bit uglier white thing. So I wanted a more like transparent effect here. But let's try over here. I want to add a priority field to the to-do database and front end. Probably if I just said to do, it would understand it. But just to be more specific that I want it in the database also, I'll put it in the database. So in a more complex system, I would ask it to first build the API, and then I would ask it to connect the API to the front end, to go in steps, so that I can check that it did it properly and go back if it didn't do it properly. You can see that it added a thing called migrations over here. In the Supabase, it added one migration here. It created like a column called priority, which has low, medium, high. And then it created an index on the priority. Let's see what it does with the, so this is still running. And let's see, maybe if I run this. So while this one is compiling, let me go to see if my actual one ran. It says the service is live. And so you see this render, this date has changed. And so this is the live one in the cloud. Now let me go back to the local one. You can see this is the local host one over here. And it added a priority field over here. So it's still updating this to display the priority properly. I don't think the migration was run yet. So let's let it do its thing over here. So it does take a little bit for things to run like this in Vive coding. So I usually like to do 2 things. I have another set of to-dos, maybe catch up on email, write a message or something that I have on the side. And then, I can do Vive coding on one screen and do something else in another screen, or maybe watch a learning video or something like that. So that while I'm waiting, I can do something else. So maybe in the final edit for this, I will fast forward this a little bit. But let's see. Okay, so while that is going on, Let me also bring up the GitHub desktop over here that shows what are the things that are being changed for this. Ordinarily, I would not commit directly to main, and I would have like a develop and other branches here, even while vive coding, especially while vive coding. But because this is a demo, I wanted to keep it simple. And so let's call, I think it's called Git flow branching strategy. Ordinarily, I would use this kind of a branching strategy. But for today, I'll just commit to main and show how that kind of does the continuous integration and deployment through the GitHub Actions to both the Supabase and the render for the database and the front end or web service. Because it's Next.js, it's not a static front end. It can also do APIs. Let me go back here. So it said it did it, but obviously the table still doesn't have it. So it only has updated at, created at, etc. So what I'll do is I'll run Supabase migration up. I think that will get the latest migration. And now if I refresh this one, maybe it will have a priority field, and by default looks like it's set it to medium. And let's see if I add can I change the priority? Yes, looks like I can change the priority, even in the ones that were already done. So let's see over here. It didn't actually change it. It just, I think, displays it. So let me put a high priority. I need to do this right now. I need to create more videos, hopefully the rest of this year, to show you how vibe coding is done in 2025. And this one came out high, and let's see over here, it came out high, but this is the local version of the Supabase project. So now let's go to the the version that's online. So the version that's online, if I go to the tables and say view in table, that still has the old table. So I could manually change the table and upload it here, but I want to do it through the GitHub Actions because I already set up the DB push over here. So if I just, it doesn't matter if I do it manually too, because the push just takes the latest ones that have not been applied yet. But I want to do it through here for this instance. And let's say add priority to do. And let's say commit and push. So as soon as I push, so because this repository has a .github folder with the workflows thing, it will trigger this thing called actions. And I can go and look at what it's doing over here. So in case there are some errors, I want to keep an eye over here in case it didn't find the environment variables or something. So the DB push actually went through and it said, it applied these migrations. So because it applied these migrations, even before it deploys to render, in render before deploying, it's still the old version of this. But if I look at this one and refresh this, oh, it was already showing the priority over here. I think it auto refreshed. So let's see over here. It's still deploying to render, but because it's deployed to render, we're using like a render component that doesn't have a lot of like text output here. It's better to see it what's happening through the render dashboard. And if I click here, it'll say deploying, right? If I click here, it'll give me the details that it's doing, like cloning from this. So this all happens from inside of that step, and that has been programmed into another action component. So checking out is taking a long time for this very small app, but maybe because I'm running on a very small server. or a sliver of a whole server in this free demo plan. Or maybe it just takes this long. I don't know. It could just take this long for the because there are multiple cloud systems talking with each other. And slow file system detected. Okay. So it looks like I didn't have any errors. Ordinarily, maybe if I made a very big change or even for medium changes, I would check here by doing npm run build to make sure that everything runs before I send it to the cloud. And I think it's done. So now if I refresh this, it should show the priority thing. It still doesn't show the priority thing. So maybe it's still uploading the build. So it did the build, but it hadn't updated the build yet. So let's wait a little bit more. Build successful. Okay, uploaded. I guess build was already successful here and deploying. Or maybe it was like after the build, it was compressed and successful, but it said build successful. And then deploying. Let's wait for it to deploy. Running npm run start. And it's running locally inside of that render, but then that ports are being mapped to the right URL. So looks like this is done. And if I refresh this, I should now have this new thing. It's a little bit uglier than I'd like. Let's do this right now. Hi, I add this, then it adds, and let's go check the database, and it got added. So, but it works. Thank you. Hope you have fun vibe coding.